This little guy sits up here and watches me when I teach, keeps me accountable. You say you're talking about the Holy Spirit? No, I'm talking about plastic cast Pikachu. Yeah. That's right. I've had squirrels, now Pikachu. Yep. Yeah, you ain't wrong. There's still one hanging up in the back because nobody's taking the time to. Man. Yeah, I think that's the only one still kicking. Yeah. If you notice, there is a squirrel hanging up where there should be a clock. And that was because I always chase squirrels when I preach. Not as much anymore, but I still do it from time to time. Yep. Yep. Good deal. Yeah, he chases rabbits. He shoots them down. Well, actually, at least Kevin has the wisdom to divide the Sunday school hour into like the first 15 minutes for just kind of hanging out. Second 15 minutes is free season for rabbits. And then the other 15 minutes, he's teaching his lesson. And I don't have that kind of wisdom. Yep. Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Christmas Eve. This is awesome. And all the colors, everybody's wearing red and green. And I realized way too late that I completely missed the bus. I'm wearing blue and paisley.
Or orange.
Yeah, it's a brown, but I'm going to let you guys think it's festive. So I need to. How about that? That was Cheryl. Was that creative? Was that all right? All right. As long as I have Cheryl's approval on my wardrobe, I feel like I'm doing all right. Yep. I'd like to welcome my mom and dad here, a special guest. I don't know if you've been doing any inviting, but I did invite somebody on Thursday. He's a believer, and I said, "Hey, you need to be in church. You in church?" Well, I kind of go. I said, "Hey, you be in church. You be in church." He's the kind of guy I have a relationship with. We can get away with that. And he goes, "All right, I gotta come. We've been going to this one here." I said, "You live in Topsom?" I said, "Our church is in Topsom." I said, "Don't travel out. Come to our church." And he goes, "All right, maybe I should go to your church." I said, "You should come to our church." And tell you what, sometimes, man, I tell you, sometimes the only way to, I don't know, our culture has really made it weird and difficult to have conversations where we actually say what we mean. Just say it. Say, "Hey, you should come to our church. You might like it. I want to invite you out to our church." I was listening to somebody, Rebecca McCullough, yeah, and McLaughlin. She's an apologist from the UK. She lives in Massachusetts now. And Massachusetts, as you know, is very similar to Maine in terms of the spiritual culturization, right? And she was helping out somebody, helping them move or something. And you know what she said? She goes, "You should come to my church on Sunday. We meet every Sunday, and I'd love to invite you to be our guest." And she came and became a Christian. And as I was listening to it, and I'm like, oh, that actually works. You know what I mean? So I want to invite you to invite others using these little cards we have in the back. Let's invite. And the reason I say all that is because I invited my parents, and they came all the way from New York to come to church. So I'm just right. Yeah. So it's good. All right. Toby's going to open us up with the reading of Luke chapter 2, verses 1 through 11. Luke 2, 1 through 11. And that is our preliminary text for the day. As we enter into the latter part of the sermon, we're going to flip over to 2 Kings. You say, what's going on with 2 Kings? I think it's going to be great. But Luke chapter 2. And so if you'll all turn there and follow along, Luke chapter 2, verses 1 through 11, Toby's going to be reading that this morning. Oops. I know.